described as a stunning photograph which was taken this morning by Anthony Murphy, the Drogheda-based author and photographer and the founder of Mythical Ireland. Anthony, first of all, you're very welcome to the Michael Reade Show this morning. Good morning to you, and thank you for joining us. Tell us what happened this morning and why this is so special.
Well, this morning there was a total eclipse of the moon. Now, they actually do happen semi-regularly, every couple of years. The problem in Ireland is that quite often the weather doesn't play ball. Every 50% at least of eclipses don't see them.
This morning was different, though.
It was. Now, the cloud did roll in just as the moon went into total eclipse at around 4:40 a.m. and I thought that was it. I thought I was going to be going home. Went out.
Where did you take Doubt?
Well, I was in Drogheda. Took a few shots in and around Drogheda, and then I said I'd head out to Doubt. Set up the camera there, and it was completely overcast, and I said that's it, it'll be going home. But then the clouds broke again a little bit and the moon came through, as you can see there. So managed to get a nice picture, lit up the tree.
It's a stunning photograph, isn't it?
Ah, well, sure, look.
And people can see this
on Mythical Ireland on Facebook at the moment. I'll put it onto the website too later on.
Oh no, that we'll share a link as well. This is what's known as a super wolf blood moon, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, I have to be honest, I don't get caught up in the supermoon craze. I'll tell you why. Supermoon, all that means is that the moon is slightly closer to us than normal, right? You look up at the moon last night, you can't see that it's any bigger than normal. You really can't, There's a lot of hype around supermoons. When the moon is rising, the full moon is rising, it's very impressive. Usually you have some sort of, it might be rising over a distant church or a tree or a mountain or something. When it's high up in the sky, you just can't notice that it's maybe 2% bigger than normal. There's a lot of hype around that. The wolf moon, I think, comes from, it's one of the names given to the monthly moons from, the winter moon when the old tribes and the
native North Americans,
the wolves would gather around them in the winter and howl because they'd be hungry, and then of course the blood moon, because it turns red when it's in total eclipse. The reason that happens is basically because the sun's light is being refracted through the layers of the Earth's atmosphere in much the same way as the sun appears to kind of get quite red when it's setting. It's being lensed.
It's quite incredible how these terms have all come into our modern day vocabulary.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been an astronomer since I was in short pants, as the man says, probably for about 40 years, and supermoon has only come into terminology in the past 2 or 3 years. I mean, I never called a full moon a supermoon.
It's just a full moon.
But in fairness, it's a great way of getting the public interested in astronomy, because a lot of people live now in cities and in towns where street lights kind of block out the view of the sky. So it's nice that people are being educated to what's happening in the sky, and it's nice to get out of the town into the countryside in the middle of the night while everyone else is sensible.
Were there any other astronomers in Doubt this morning?
No, but there was another photographer at Newgrange.
Okay. And how did he do? Or she?
I don't know.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
This won't happen again until 2032, I read this morning.
Well, I mean, there will be several eclipses, as I say. They actually happen in predictable sequences, and one of the things that I've written about in my books is the fact that I think that the builders of Newgrange and Doubt had actually figured all that out, that they happen in sequences. The difficulty with the next couple of eclipses is that they're going to be entering totality just as the moon is setting. So we're going to miss a great deal of it, So the next time we're going to see a proper full-length eclipse, weather permitting, is a good long time.
Good while from there. Excuse the pun, but what else is on the horizon for astronomers?
Oh, I didn't expect that. I don't know. Well, the Chinese are growing plants on a probe on the far side of the moon, which is very exciting. That's kind of captured the imagination lately. And we're waiting for images to come back from an object called Ultima Thule. There was a flyby there in the past few weeks, but because of the slow data rate between the spacecraft and Earth, we won't expect to see high resolution pictures until I think sometime in February. that's how long the download's going to take. So if you thought your broadband was slow.
So the download has started and it won't finish until February.
Correct, yeah.
Even my part of me, it wouldn't take that long, I don't think. Listen, Anthony, thank you so much for that. People can get more information on Mythical Ireland website, Facebook.
Yeah, mythicalireland.com, yeah.
And I'm delighted to say your brilliant picture from Doubt this morning for 4:27?
Yes, for just around half 4 this morning, yeah.
I was fast asleep, but your brilliant picture is now on our Facebook page as well, so thank you so much for that. And thank you for coming in this morning.
Thanks, Cathal.
Anthony Murphy, Drogheda-based author, a photographer and the founder of Mythical Ireland, will be back after this.